Ecdetails, and welcome back to another video. We have in front of us an OG test. We're putting this to the test. What is this? This is this Indo Rinseless by Quiver/Josh V. We are going to test it on this car here. It is dirty. It has crazy road film. This is my favorite kind of test, and I've been waiting. I've been waiting for cars to get this kind of messy in the winter. A lot of us, or half the country is in snow, salt, sleet. The other half just sees, I don't know what do you guys see in the South? Oh, bugs? I have no idea. I have no idea. The resilience of a rinseless wash, in my opinion, is if it's made for those of us that can't use the hose, can it perform the duty that we need it to perform? Like, we're testing this the old school way. I need a thumbnail. Hold. All right, we're testing this the old school way, and this car is hashed. Here's how we're gonna test it, and here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put it in a sprayer, not the keg, because what I don't want people to say or assume, well, the high pressure is what caused it to work. We're gonna see that it foams inside of a pump sprayer. I'm gonna do different dilutions, 256-1 in the bucket. I'm gonna do that as a pre-treat. I'm also gonna do it as I'm gonna put it in a carton sprayer. I'm gonna put it in a foamer at 128-1 to see if it foams. I'm gonna show you the towel test. Does it clean my media? Like, we're gonna test you and I are gonna test the mug out of this. All right, we're gonna test the mug out of this. Now we're stretching every time we do tests like this. The stretch of a rinseless wash, just we're going above and beyond what it's truly meant to do. If it were me personally, I would use an APC, I would use Prelidio, and I would hit this first. But this is not what this test is about. We're gonna see the caliber of this rinseless wash. So let's get cooking, let's get diluting, and let's get testing. Let's talk the measurement of tests. So we have a pump sprayer, we have the rinseless, and we have a sprayer. The goal of the pump sprayer is to see if it foams at the 128-1 dilution. The sprayer is going to be at the 256-1 dilution. I got the two towels that we're going to test. Does it remove or does it clean my wash media like some people want? You will get some rinseless washes, right, that are straight polymer, that have some type of polymer package where it's just made there for slickness, made there for wetting, made there for encapsulating, that will not remove dirt from the wash media. Those leveraging more surfactant base with polymer, like a mixture, tend to break up the dirt, just so everyone's aware, right? So when you're looking at like Eco Wash is not going to break up the dirt from the wash media like that, or like Nemesis, or like GT, or like Yum, or like Fine Lab. I mean, the list is vast, right? DIY, Hydro, it's not going to do that. This one is a hybrid, so it should do a good job. We'll test that. We're going to test slickness on a non-coated car, and you're like, how can we trust you? You carry that brand. Dog, you either watch this video and you take my word for it like you have been for the last 3 years, or unsubscribe. That's what I'm telling you. You don't have to watch this video and be like, I don't trust it, that test is valid. Do your own test. Everyone in this channel watching, do your own test. But for me, this is how we're testing this, okay? Indo has to stand on its own 2 feet, and then we're gonna test it with a sponge. Sit. All right, bucket of choice is the clear bucket, so with no grit guard, as to not expose the test, because some people be doing videos where they'll take their wash media, hit the grit guard, and be like, it cleaned better than that one. Okay, we're not doing that. Just we're on the same page. All right, EC's back. Now watch this. This is the car here, just so you understand how nasty and gunky it is, because sometimes a short video or a clip of it might not be to your liking. This is the car. They didn't pay for a wash. It came in for an interior. You think the outside's bad, the inside's even worse. All right, we're gonna tag it, bag it, and dilute it. Let's dilute this mug first. So I have 256-1, mate. So let's get this dilution here. 256-1 in a bucket is going to be 30 mils. I have 4 gallons of water, so it's 2 ounces. 2 ounces is 60 mils, just so you're aware of what we're doing here. And this is a 50 mil container. And then here's the color of that. and it smells divine. Put that in my bucket. Put that in my bucket here. Boom. Now I have to add 10 more mils because it's only 50, and the proper dilution is 256 to 1. When diluted, the bucket does get clear. So that's 10 more. Bucket does get clear. You can see the polymers working, etc. It's not a heavy tint, right? And then I'm going to dilute this here for the foam. And then I'll use the water in the bucket for the IK sprayer. For the foam, I'm going to add a tiny bit more, just like I would with any foaming product. Boom. All right, let's get rolling. Let's get the test in. All right, let's talk about what we got. I'm gonna put these two inside of the bucket for moisture. Bucket's cold water, by the way. There's no chat, chemical heat added, none of that crap, right? We're just doing straight. All right, I got the sponge. I want to show the sponge in its current condition, so y'all don't say it's stained or whatever. This was another rinseless wash that stained my sponge. If I told you, the chat would be in an uproar because you'd be like, imposible, no puede ser, no puede ser. All right, and then we have my pump sprayer here. Now you do get a little bit of surfactants in a thing, and I'm going to show you right now in the bucket. So it does foam slightly, not a lot. So it's not going to be like Nemesis V1 type of foam. It's more on the verge of what Nemesis looks like, or Hero, or any of those that have slightly a little cap, I call it. It's like a little coffee cap. It goes away pretty quick. All right, let me show you this. You can see the kind of foam you're gonna get. It looks discoloration because the water is clear. So when you take that out, you see the green because but that's what you're gonna get. In case you're wondering, okay? That does go away pretty quick. And again, if you take the yellow towels out, it's a clear liquid. Real quick, let's go over smell. Smell like tropical blueberries in the bucket. It's a very nice, pleasant, clean smell. Like nothing I smelled before in a rinseless wash. Smells super clean. I also did a test I did a side quest for you. So in the bucket for 12 days, I didn't get rank. Sometimes there's some rinselesses when you put in the bucket and you leave it with dirt, because I don't know, there's some people who do that, man. You smell like a rank, hot feet kind of smell. This did not. I did not experience that with this. So if you are one of those that like to keep rinseless washes in a gamma seal, or you keep your water clean because you transfer a dirty wash mitt somewhere else, I would never try to say rinseless wash with dirt in it. That's gross. Don't be a cheap ass. That's nasty. Okay, that's nasty. Dirt in a rinseless wash that sits over time is not safe, can cause bacteria. Don't be gross and don't be lazy. But if you're one of those who use many towels and the towel never sees that bucket again, you're safe. Good to go. You won't get a rank smell. All right, so then the question is, does the Quiver Indo foam? I have it in the pumps foamer, and we're going to do it here. That's the most you're going to get out of it. I did 128 to 1. You could probably get more foam if you add more to the actual package, or the more to your dilution. But 128 to 1, this is the foam that you can experience with Indo. We're going to let that do its thing. We're going to see how much it actually pulled down and do a comparison side by side here. And again, this is the old school EC doing the test here, right up front. I think Indo, when you use it, not to sway this test by any means, you're going to like it. You're going to like it. It does work. All right, so it's going to do its thing. I would probably use this in the keg if it was me, and do the kind of foam on like that, and then do a contact wash because I like that it's surfactant heavy. But I also like the smell. Smell in the air is very intoxicating. Like I said, it's like a tropical blueberry kind of vibe. But we're going to let that sit, and I'm going to let it get as dry as possible on the car. Now, let's go over here while that's testing, and let's do this door, and we'll see how much that cleaned. And the goal of this one test here is to see how it cleans the wash media, right? So customer's car, so respect it. Don't go crazy. I'm just gonna do that spot as a pre-treat. I'm gonna take my towel, and I'm gonna fold my towel in fours, and I'm gonna come in just so we know how the tile looks. Come in, grab that. Okay, I'm gonna grab this without pre-treating it. And I'm gonna grab the whole door because I can. Okay, so that's the towel. Okay, in so you can see it. That was one dunk, no agitation. If I go in, all right, so it does a good job releasing it, right? That's the whole point of this test, is to show you dirt release. If you don't care about that, skip this part of the video. But yeah, releases dirt insanely well. One, does it release dirt on a microfiber? Yes. How slick was it? It was real slick for a non-coated car. Now, when we compare slickness, you have to also understand a few key points here, right? Slickness is determined by a few factors. So if you have a coating on the car and you're comparing slickness, that test is invalid because the coating is carrying that forward. You test slickness on a non-coated car because slickness on a non-coated car, you have debris, you have a non-coated surface, which is always going to be non-slick. It's kind of sticky, and that's how you get the best results when you're testing your rinseless wash. And that's it. So we're going to do the sponge test on this side. We're going to wait for that side to see how much it pulled off. But check number one, it does clean the wash media. So test number two is I'm going to go in dry with the microfiber, hardest test on the car. Now, if you do this to a customer's car, make sure you polish it or make sure that you absolutely clean it and don't leave him with swirls, because no matter how good your rinseless wash is, this test could actually cause some marks. So you want to do a roll technique. So it's clean. I had to make sure I was filming, because I'm gonna come in and you're gonna roll just to show you that. So I'll just tell you right now, it's pretty slick. Okay, I would scale it probably like 7.5, 8 slickness on a non-coated car is this rinseless right here. See? So on a car that is not slick or doesn't have a protection package or is pretty flat, this really does do its thing. All right, I'm gonna dunk that in the car, and then we're gonna get a drying towel to see how much of it did it really clean. And I want to show the towel here. Let me. Okay, we pre-sprayed it. I'll dry it. No dirt. Okay. Now, let's go back to this side. We're testing. This is how I do all my tests for rinseless washes. When I have a car like this, it's the easiest. Now, all I did on this side was do a pre-treat with foam. We're going to come in with a microfiber. I'm going to make sure to grab this. Make sure to flip the side around. And then now again, we're not testing like this is not ever going to be a soap. I'm going to just show you from this perspective how much did it get off. And I'm pressing down hard. And you can see that was what left after the pre-treat. That's freaking wild. Okay. That's like fine lab temperature. Look, that was all that was left after a pre-treat on this. Now, towel test again. Remember, I didn't clean that well. I just did a dry towel test. And this towel, you can see it's clean. I'm going to dry it. Nothing. All right, well, now we did a few tests, and let's recap those tests so we're on the same page. I did a pre-treat with foam, 120:1, let it sit, let it ride until I actually saw no more foam. You saw that. I then came in with a damper, not wet, damp microfiber, did one couple swipes just to show you how much of the cleaning power it did by itself on the actual surface. Here's what we have. It cleaned it well at 85 to 90%. It's never going to be touchless. It requires some agitation. And this is where like Plutio or APC works, because that's made to hit a different inorganic than a rinseless wash. This one did an amazing job as a pre-treat. Check. Cleans the wash media. Check. Is it slick on a non-coated surface? Check. How did it do on the microfiber test and the sponge test? Now, this different type of testing shows you two things. When we do a rinseless wash, I've heard people say, well, it leaves behind the road film. I wanted to show you using the clean towel. After I clean the actual surface with the rinseless wash, the towel had no dirt. That was me showing you that the surface is clean, right? That's a great test, especially on the side where I did the foaming. That test shows you, okay, there was no dirt left behind. There was no road film left behind. I want to show you side by side the clean surface versus the dirty surface, just using Josh V's rinseless. And then we'll do one more test, and I think we'll give you our results. So let's talk about these results, which is pretty cool. And I'll bring you in. So you have no road film. You can still feel some stuff because it needs to be clayed. So this is the actual paint color. This one is caked on. You see that? That's actually dirt, salt, grime caked on. Now, there was nothing left here, and you can see some of that rinseless wash that I did not dry, okay? You can see on this side, that dirt that I did not dry. So it does a tremendous job cleaning. Now let's look at this surface where we took a little more time. We did an actual wash, and let's talk about what we have left. So we dried this part. We didn't clean this part. You see that? We only did the wetting part. I didn't touch it. I'm letting it dry out. But you can see how it did. Now anybody would be happy. The gloss is nice. It has a nice dry off. So then now we're going to test doing the whole panel, normal rinseless spray on with the sponge, dry off, and we'll talk about slickness. But so far, can it clean? Yes. So far, does it clean the wash media? Yes. So far, is it slick on the wash? Yes. So far, as a pre-treat, did it break down some of it? Absolutely. Is the smell good? Yes. This is turning out to be an amazing rinseless wash, in my opinion. And yeah, I sell them, but I also sell everyone else's. And I'm going to just tell you the testing on this is irrefutable. Like, I'm testing it. It will be easy to say, did it do great? And have I compared it to others? I have. I just wanted you to see the results that I saw when I was doing my initial test of this. All right, so we have glass. You can see it's dirty. I just wrote on it, right? You can see it's dirty. Let me get you closer. Now the goal of glass is how does it interact being wet? And then we'll do a two test. We'll do the test with the foam because, you know, sometimes foaming can cause streaking because you're using a higher dilution. So we'll do that test first. Okay. I'll just do this whole side. I'll come in with the microfiber. And then slick as mother fudge, dude. I almost said that for cuz. All right. You can see the wetting it gives when you come in and how that foam just absolutely dies. So those of you worried about the foam getting in cracks, I think you'll be good with this one. And then let's do the dry test. And let's see what it looks like. Perfect. So you can see how it starts to fade away on the glass. Now this is a higher dilution. You just buff that off. Perfect. Perfect. So higher dilutions, you don't have to worry about it streaking on you or, oh my gosh, I'm having the worst time of my life. We tried that at 1/28 to 1. This is perfect diluted. Just spray it all over here. And then I'm going to come in with the sponge and we'll dry. That way you can get the vibe of that. I'm going to get the rest of the car here while I'm at it. Dirty. Put that back in the bucket. Come in, and the goal is to see how that dries. Okay, that's the ultimate goal. Is there you go. Just buff. Now, that's just the wetting agents. That will go away. So you don't have to worry about hazing on glass. You don't have to worry about doing none of that. And then you can see, good to go. This is where I oversprayed. So, you're like, oh, he lied. He lied. I can't believe he said it was good. Yeah, okay. There you go. There you go. Here we have it. Indo from Quiver is a tremendous rinseless wash. It could be one of the. It doesn't get a lot of love because no one talks about it because they're wondering how did Josh V create a rinseless wash? He doesn't rinseless wash, but this one's nuts. It cleans glass real good. Even the higher dilutions, you don't have to worry about streaking. You don't have to worry about smearing. You don't have to worry about that. As a pre-treat, foaming on, you saw it. Just look at the results. Go back to this video. As cleaning the wash media without a grit guard, you saw that. As slickness on the panel, I guess you'll have to get my word for it. That's not enough for you. Buy it yourself and try it. But the slickness on a non-coated car is excellent. It's excellent. It's what you would expect from a great rinseless wash. It's slicker than Nemesis V1. It's slicker on a dry off than Nemesis V1. And I think it cleans better than Nemesis V1, if I'm being super transparent with you. I feel like this, he hit it out of the park with Indo. But anyway, tested here, proven here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what else you want to see in these kind of tests. But I'm going to check this one off. This is a banger. This one, he did it. He did it. It's a bit Indo. It's a straight banger. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. And if in case you're wondering, I'm doing well on my weight loss journey and more updates to come throughout the month. Appreciate you all. Take care. Have a good week. We're out.